getting them injuries, you probably could put the injury prone label on him because it's like oblique, hamstring, those type of injuries. It's not like somebody like
it's one thing to have soft tissue, then it's another thing to have your ankle broken.
Right.
But still,
yeah.
When he got hurt last year, he was scrambling away. He picked up an extra 6 inches and also broke his ankle doing it.
I mean, but you gotta be honest, man.
Some in on your back.
Yeah,
Fall.
sports guy, you gotta be honest, man. This man, you the Raiders. You invest money into this man to be your franchise quarterback. Like Samson said, this guy clearly, everybody in the league and seen that he can't give you a full season. Yet you get this man his contract. Now, what you got? And you don't know when he's coming back again.
Hey,
tell you why.
Tell Raiders to sign him. Like Samson said.
We've all seen the videos.
Yeah.
Hey, check it out. Here's why. Who else is out there? I mean, that was a name sign, but there is nobody else out there.
That's exactly right.
Exactly what it was. It was
exactly right.
You know what? We can do something with him.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier. It's coach after coach. Oh, they used him wrong, so let me get my hands on them.
You got to get back with his boy McDaniel.
That's what it really is. That Patriot bias.
Yeah.
Well, all I know is this weekend we suffered our first loss. And it was about the best way you could lose. So I've heard everything. Well, Cleveland was hurt too. Okay, I get that. Cleveland was hurt. But at the end of the day, a loss is a loss. We take it. But then there's getting blown out. There's getting beat. Then there's barely losing. So I think out of all the ways to lose, and I know sometimes the 2.1 point victories are the ones or the losses are what that hurts the most. But when we look at losing 2 key players, the quarterback had a bad game, terrible weather, put it in a rookie's hands to kick the winning field goal. One of our defensive line or one of our best linebackers, Dre Greenlaw, was out, who actually sets the tone. It bothered me to lose, but you know what? I was over it pretty fast. And injuries are a part of the game. We still had every opportunity to win, and we just didn't take advantage of the little bit we had. Plus, we had officiating crew who has been requested to be banned from reffing another game this year. I haven't seen much from this crew, but I can tell you there was 2 terrible calls, especially I guess if you want to say a blow to the helmet, that was not a blow to the helmet. It was a hit to the chest from the shoulder, but hey, it gave him 15 yards. I still want to put the blame on our head coach because he could have got this kicker closer. We had time to run another play, and we didn't run the play. Put it in the hands of a rookie kicker who got iced. 41 yards is no gimme. Hell, extra points aren't even a give me now. So with that being said, you take the loss, the first one. We look at everything that happened. We could have said one player that stayed in would have been the result of a victory. If you had a Christian, maybe would have won. Had Debo, maybe would have won. But I can tell you that our offense looked horrible and wasn't ready when you lose 1 or 2 key players. And I put that on coaching staff. So I'm gonna go ahead and be this target first. And I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and do what y'all want.
Well,
and I'm gonna go have me a drink while y'all get the 49ers their bashing. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna bash them, but I got one question. Jerry called in last week. We ain't got no special guest calling in this week. We can think about at least 2 or 3 players that could call in, but but like I said last week, man, a loss is a loss. At the end of the day, man, it's still week 6, man. You're 4-1, man. Or is it 4-1?
5-1.
5-1.
Right.
Hey, man, that it's just how the ball bounces. I mean, just like you told me last week, after we suffered that beatdown at the hands of the 49ers, you said, hey, I think that's demoralizing for y'all. Y'all gonna come out, y'all might lose the next 3 or 4 in a row. It's game to game, man. I mean, stuff happens. People have bad games, but that's what I say. You can't get, I wouldn't go overboard over a loss in early October, man. So,
right.
And that's the same thing for UK Riles. You was
no. This different.
I'm saying he was
different.
He was pretty.
No, this Eagle loss is different. Don't give him no out.
I was about to say, but with that being said, I want my man Jay I know to have the floor because he was talking bad about the Jets, man.
No,
Hey,
hold on.
Let's pause on that.
We can't give Jay I know the floor yet because we're gonna give Jay I know a whole segment on this.
Okay.
Yeah, we coming to the back end of this because this is well deserved. Whatever Jay I know does, this is well deserved. So we got to give him a moment.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I'm gonna say with the 49ers, man, like, hey man, like they always say, any given Sunday. I mean, that's coined for a reason. You're not gonna win every week. It doesn't make you, a bad team because you lose, the Cleveland Browns. They got to travel, on the road, hostile environment, so to speak. Hey, you lose really your 3 top players on your team. Right. Or with Trent Williams for a minute.
We look at that.
You lose Christian McCaffrey and Debo. Can you really expect your offense to function like that, losing those players? During the week, they're getting all the reps. So your backup is getting limited reps. So are they really prepared to come in and pick up like those players? They probably not. Even if they had the rep, they don't have the skill set that those players possess to make key plays and key moments, and then the other part is Cleveland. They got the number 1 defense in the NFL. I mean,
I didn't know it was that ferocious.
They ain't no slouch or nothing like that. So
they've been good for the past few years.
I heard about it, but man, seeing it, jeez.
So if anything, it helps the 49ers prepare moving forward. When those type of games, those type of games you're gonna get when you get in the playoffs or late in the season and stuff like this. So it helps your team prepare when those moments occur. So and then as far as the kicker, then yeah, man, he's a rookie. His heart probably about to jump out of his chest. You put him in that position, like, hell shit. Hey, a lot of people would have missed this. So hey, it is what it is, man. There was some key plays in there that he just didn't execute, but maybe next Sunday they'll execute and get the dub.
Yeah, the way I look at it is, as bad as the stuff was that happened, we still had opportunity to win, and that's the good thing. Because what people kept saying was, I haven't seen this guy Brock Purdy suffer adversity. And I think he actually did. And when we needed him, he came through.
He did.
We just didn't get the kick. So, I've read stuff. Oh, Brock was who we thought he was. And yeah, he's back to decent. And even, Colin Cowherd said something along the lines of, he's good. He's not very good. He's not great. Okay. This was the same guy who loved Trey Lance until something happened personally, and now Trey Lance was garbage. So come on, Colin, you're doing too much. But
Purdy is good, man. I ain't gonna say he's great. In order to get the great tag, you got to win Super Bowls and stuff like that. But he's very, very, very good.
And he's enough. He will not. I will say this. Him playing his game and the deficiencies he has will not be the deciding factor whether we win a Super Bowl or not. He has enough with players around him to take care of business.
You know what's going to be the deciding factor on that? the health of y'all team, because what that game showed that if y'all lose 2 or 3, 4 key players, it's a wrap. I mean, at least
name me a team that lose 3 or 4.
Right. Well, what I'm saying,
players, they're gonna win.
Everybody that is true. But if they do, there are teams who have backups that can get in and produce. And so that's the weighing factor.
But we're not talking about a team that loses a quarterback and they're done for the season, though.
Well, look at the Jets. The 2017 Eagles did it. 2017 Eagles, we lost Carson Wentz. We had Nick Foles. We lost Jason Peters. We had to use a backup at left tackle. We had injuries throughout our team and still won the Super Bowl. So
hey, look, man, you already a target for the night. Only you start early. See,
hey, I'm ready for y'all.
I'm about to sick this dog on you, man.
I'm ready for y'all.
2017 don't count. 2017 don't count.
That was 6
yeah,
years ago. Samson, I got a question for you, brother.
Yeah.
The injuries that they sustain, are they like? I mean, I didn't see what all the injuries were, but are they expected to get over them, or do they they expect them to like linger?
No, you know I follow this stuff, man. So here's the update. Deebo Samuel, they say that he has like an AC sprain. Day to day, he can play. They're probably going to put something on his arm. Trent Williams, everybody's X-ray came back negative. Trent Williams, they thought he had a high ankle sprain. I guess when you that big and you hurt your ankle, they put a boot on you automatically. So he had one after the game. His are negative too. So I know one thing about Trent, and y'all, being that big, that's probably going to linger. He's going to have a couple games where he doesn't re-aggravate it. It's a good thing we got the bye coming up after the next game. But Christian, he is, as far as any tears or anything, his are negative too. I don't think that he will play this week. I think you actually need to give the reps out to someone else. But I do feel that given these guys stay out a week may be enough to take care of Minnesota, especially when you game plan for it. Because if you can't game plan for these 3 being out, that's a problem. But everybody's listed day to day, which could be nobody practices at all until Thursday, Friday, and then game time decision. So everything that I have seen up into a video, which was an hour ago by Dave Lombardi, who's very reputable, everybody's day to day, and we dodged some bullets. Now, Dre Greenlaw, that could be one that lingers. Hamstring, it can be fine. But they say he practiced on Friday and I think Saturday, but just decided not to give it a go. And he was greatly missed. So even with that being said, he could come out this week and play as well. So I think everything that could have happened bad, we dodged.
Yeah, keep them out, man. You're playing Vikings. They don't have Jefferson.
Don't say that. Don't say that, sports guy,
because you know what? All it takes is Jim Johnson to have a good game off the bench, and that's how legends are born.
Okay, I'll give you that, but it's not worth Trent Williams and them being out 3 or 4 more games.
You're right.
I didn't say anything about that y'all was going to win the game. I said keep them out.
Yeah.
If you got Minnesota and you got a bye week, keep them out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, we have weapons to win this game. When you got a week to scheme for it, there shouldn't be any reason why we should get beat by the Vikings. Now, like you said, any given Sunday, it'll be different if everybody showed up pregame and just fell out of a boat and got hurt. But even with you being a professional and a head coach, you got 1s and 2s. If your 2s aren't ready to at least give you 60% of what your 1s were doing, then that is a coaching and a GM issue, because that means you don't have the talent on your team. That's where you failed as a coach and a GM.
San Fran will be okay. They're one of the deepest teams in the league. They're gonna be all right.
This guy, man.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna say I'm gonna throw it at you like how you threw it at Marcus, man. Will this loss and the injuries will the loss and the injuries, the key injuries at that, kind of mess with the psyche here. Will y'all be ready for the next game up?
Brother, who do you think we are, the Jets?
Hey, the Jets did their job last week. Y'all didn't.
Hey, we've done it every other week.
And that's without Aaron Rodgers.
We've done it every other week.
Y'all are 5-1. We are 3-3. Now, I'm gonna key on something that you said, refereeing.
Mhm.
Now, that Kansas City game that Mahomes ran that 20+ yard on the third down, that hold by the left tackle was not called. That play should have been called back. And there was several calls.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care if they add 30 minutes to the game. I think every call should be reviewed. As atrocious as these refs are getting, I would stand for a game being 3.5 hours or 3 hours and 15 minutes to review all these calls. I look at it like this: any call that's a 10 or 15-yard penalty, it should be reviewed. And I want to say something like what happened at the end of the game, but then you start having people saying, no, this is not reviewable. This shouldn't be. But when you look at a player, literally, you change the game just because a player get hits in the chest and it snaps his neck back. That's not helmet to helmet. When you change that game like that on third and whatever it was and get him an automatic first, that should be reviewable. I mean, you have to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, but you're gonna have human error when it comes to like refereeing and stuff.
But you know what they saying this year though? There's a lot of conspiracy theories. I saw something on Instagram where people are playing for the bookies, man. Like I don't know, man, but
I read today that it might not be the NFL, but they need to investigate these reffing crews.
Right.
That's what I read today. Like
looking suspect out there, man.
I look at it this way. It's one thing to lose a game, but the refs do not need to dictate this stuff. I'm looking at these little ticky-tack holding penalties, automatic first down that they gave us back-to-back. We're going to take this L, but I'm like, come on. Y'all killing us, man.
Right, and that's the refs, man. What's killing the Eagles is Jalen Hurts. You know, like 3 INTs from a Super Bowl quarterback. I don't get it. I don't understand it at all. Talk to me, brother.
Let that be another quarterback. If that was any other quarterback,
right.
Oh yeah, I read a stat too. I read a stat that Dak got 4 interceptions.
He has 4 turnovers in 6 games.
Yes, and Jalen has 7.
8.
8. Oh, if my math isn't right, that's double the
Did
amount.
y'all see that last?
He done turned to Ray Charles now. Yeah, you don't turn to Ray Charles now.
Hey, you can't miss that BS, bro. 3 interceptions. Explain that. And these interceptions weren't like tip balls or anything. These are thrown directly to the Jets corners, man. Come on, talk to me, man. And you know, I'm not a braggadocious because I know my team right now isn't on the status of you guys' team minus sports guy, but it's more.
He's a Lions fan, man. Don't get it twisted.
You don't have a Lions jersey back there yet. but I need to understand, and we can roll the tape back to our first recording where I said Jalen Hurts looks very suspect this year.
Hey man, we don't have an editor on staff, man.
Fair enough, man. But we need some explanation behind Jalen's play here, man.
Atrocious.
Awful.
First of all, congrats to Jets Nation for beating us for the first time in franchise history.
Yep, 12-0.
You know, it was a monumental win for you all. I mean, I enjoyed the parade that I saw earlier today. And, you know, I think it will help springboard you all to, you know, mediocre status. But, you know.
Your sarcasm is bleeding out you, bro.
See, that's why you can't let him
so bad.
Like that,
in regards to the comment, I know there's going to be more on the way. You know, one thing I noticed about Jalen so far this year, and I take his rope this as well, trying too much to be a hero. And I'm going to work in reverse and go to the last pick that he threw. We had the opportunity to run the ball, bleed more time off the clock, give the Jets back the ball, and we pretty much had shut down the Jets offense for the most part in the second half. Rather than Jalen running or handing the ball off or throwing the ball out of bounds, he decides instead to try to squeeze the ball in between two defenders. Unfortunately, this is not the first time we've seen Jalen do this. I take it all the way back even to the Super Bowl when he fumbled the ball. There's a notion with this guy, and we love Jalen as a person. We love him as his development as a quarterback, but there's something called doing too much. And there are too many times where rather than going with the flow of the game or giving what the defense is giving you, he's been doing too much. And I said a long time ago that I feel like there's a lot of pressure on him and pressure bust pipes. And I honestly believe that what we've seen these first couple of games is that he's letting pressure to get to him. I mean, I think he had got to be leading, if not one of the top quarterbacks in the league right now in interceptions. And his decision making is just off. He's not trusting his reads. He's force feeding the ball to AJ Brown. I know that people look at the Devontae Smith drop and want to put it all on Devontae, but Jalen threw the ball wide and Devontae had to adjust to the ball. On the last play, Devontae was wide open and Jalen scrambled for some reason and took time before he got the ball off, which gave the defenders time to catch up with him. So right now, the offense is definitely off. I know that we had turnovers from DeAndre Swift as well. The fumble really cost us. But if I look at that game, Jalen has so many bad reads and so many bad decisions. But I want to take it back to one other point. I don't understand for the life of me, and I've seen this throughout the league this year. When you see your quarterback is off, why are you not running the football? Why are you not trying to have some more short throws to get them in some kind of rhythm? Jalen threw the ball 45 times versus us only running the ball 14 times. And we one of the top run offenses in the league. Not to mention, we lost,
crazy.
Yeah, we lost Lane Johnson. And so we got a backup in there in Driscoll who was getting his shit handed to him the entire second half. And at one time, do you consider, okay, you know what, let's run a screenplay, but let's go ahead and run the ball a bit more than what we have been doing. And so, again, hey, I could take it because, hey, he shit the bed. There's no other way to put it. And honestly, given who we got to face this week, if we come out like that again, it's going to be a track meet that we can't keep up with, and we will get our asses smoked.
Well, K-Rouse, let me highlight or pick on one topic that you mentioned, the run game. I mean, Jalen led y'all in rushing in that game as well as, if I'm not mistaken. So where's Swift? Where's his accountability? Where's his? How many reps do you need? He had 10 attempts. What, 18, 20 yards? I mean, how much more are you going to feed that?
Run the rock. I don't care. Run the rock.
Just keep pounding.
Run the rock. Keep pounding. That's when we closed so many games out last year, even this year, by pounding the rock. That's been our trademark for the past couple of seasons in the fourth quarter. And here's the opportunity here where, all you're trying to do is milk the clock. The defense been playing great. Despite the injuries that we had, we played great defense against the Jets. We let Wilson get loose on us one time on a deep pass. Other than that, for the most part, we played very well. Give your defense a chance. And I honestly believe that, I know because I felt this way personally. I did feel a little bit of glee seeing San Fran lose, but we lost just like they did. We got one of the most reliable kickers in the game, and Jake Elliott missed a 37-yard field goal.
It happens, man.
Yeah, it happens, man.
No. When you're a team that prepares like that, and you come in every given Sunday, yes, you're going against teams. They're going to give you all, especially when you're a team that made it to the Super Bowl or made it to the NFC Championship game last year. So not surprised at all that Cleveland and Jets gave us their best respectively. But our teams also let them off the hook. We had opportunities to close the game out. We had opportunities to win. So no, it don't just happen. You're missing chip shots. Inexcusable.
Well, you can't beat up on it. You can't beat up on the kicker. You can't beat up on the kicker, man.
I don't care. You're making mistakes where you're force feeding the ball down the field. You're making mistakes where you just being careless with the ball. 4 turnovers. We have 4 turnovers. We lucky that the Jets didn't blow our ass out. No, inexcusable. Y'all can make excuses for them and make excuses for them because y'all said it a couple podcasts ago. We've been getting by the skin of our teeth all season. And look what happened. Not to mention, it's already dissension in the locker room. I'm hearing that AJ Brown chirping with people. We see it on the sideline. He can say what he want to say, but perception is everything.
He's becoming
we got players calling each other out. We got Donovan McNabb calling us out now. You can't have that. And so I hope this is a wake-up call for us. But given that beast that we got to play on Sunday night, we better play. We better bring our A game. That team is serious, and we will get embarrassed.
Who y'all play on Sunday, man?
The Dolphins. They play the Dolphins.
Tyreek, the best receiver currently in football.
Hey, it's football, man. Y'all had a bad game. I understand about the accountability, but the accountability, like you said, if Jalen Hurts has had a bad game, why continue to call those plays to put him in that position to make those bad decisions? So you got to put that on a coach and an offensive coordinator for that game.
Right.
Jalen Hurts, yes, he got accountability. You can't make the reads, but sometimes you got to take the decision out of people's hands. And I don't think Philadelphia did that. So they got some stuff they got to clean up, come, to play the Dolphins. But man, I wouldn't go in panic mode. It ain't like you winless.
Right. Hey, we winning. Why are we cleaning up though? I mean, we struggled. Offense has struggled for the first 6 weeks of the season, and I haven't seen one adjustment ever. Our defense, give the side credit. We come out the first half, teams been able to capitalize on some things we've done. We come in the second half, we making adjustments. I haven't seen there one adjustment on offense yet this year.
Well, check this out. How much adjustments are you going to do? Those situations are always going to present themselves. So if you're going to constantly try to bail him out by taking him out of those situations, I mean, he's never going to learn. He's never going to develop that knack that you need to have as a quarterback to escape and get rid of the ball in a productive way. So if you always game planning for him to escape, find a route for him to avoid those type of plays, he's going to have to go through the fight. He's going to have to learn and say, from this game film that we just produced, this is what I need to do differently in these situations. I can't always be bailed out by saying, hey, why aren't we throwing more screens? Why aren't we more handing the ball off? We are always going to have to throw the ball forward. So he's going to have to learn to read the defenses. He's going to have to learn how to get rid of the ball in a safe manner, because a throw out of bounds is better than an interception coming the other way.
But I hear what you're saying about that. But at the same time, when you got one of the best offensive lines in the game,
true,
I'm not worried about keeping it real and making him learn to deal with this. I got to get my boy out this situation.
True.
So I get what you're saying, Jay. I know he's gonna have to learn this. He's gonna have to deal with adversity, but I would rather it be a situation that I can't control. If I had as K-Rod said, a porous offensive line, then I would say, you know what, we in some trouble. But when you got them pigs up there up front, man, I'm gonna have to make some adjustments and get him back in the game.
Fair enough.
And Jay, I know you actually brought up a great point, because I think that's part of the problem. It's about wins, right? So if you see your quarterback struggling, I can't worry about you learning on the job. I can't worry about things to help stroke your ego. No, hand the ball. We got a very strong run game. We went up against the Jets team that struggled at times against the run, and we did not take advantage of that. And last time I checked, I'd rather have a win than help develop a quarterback. No. We paid this man this money. He should know better. I'm sorry. I can't make excuses for someone.
So you're going to pay the man to be
those picks that he threw, he had wide receivers open. He chose to throw the ball in those windows, and we saw the results.
Well, K-Rouse, if you taking him out of those situations, he won't have the opportunity to make those.
Care. We need
so you're gonna pay him all that money to be a game manager, to hand the ball off.
Super Bowl mean more.
Is that what you're trying to do? If you're going to do that, you can get anybody back there to do that.
Jay, I know. Don't you see this man wanted that victory against you? It's hurting his soul, man.
because it's a victory they should have had, right? Everything says that the Eagles should not have an issue with the Jets, even though the Jets are, as a team.
This man was ready to run Wildcat for the rest of the game and take Jalen out, man. That's how bad it was.
Understand something, Jay, I know. Jalen statistically had one of the best performances in Super Bowl history, and we lost.
Yeah, but here's my thing, man.
Wins. It's not about I don't. My quarterback come out and throw for 400 yards my quarterback come out for 20 yards. As long as
Let me put a spin. Let me put a spin on it.
We had this conversation a couple weeks ago, and you weren't saying the same thing.
Let me put a
Well,
spin
that's
on
because
it.
I can't stand that. That's another story from
That's
the
right. We had this conversation a couple weeks ago, and you weren't
Take
saying
it back
that.
to our Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Over and over, they showed the clip of Jimmy overthrowing Emmanuel Sanders. It still followed him. The next season, they showed Jimmy overthrowing Emmanuel Sanders. Had he connected and we won the Super Bowl, we would have never saw that clip again. It would have been swept under the rug. So I get exactly what K. Rouse is saying. You can have a bad, terrible game, but if you get that W, it is not that bad of a play.
Oh, that matters.
But
Yep.
let me put my spin on it.
One more thing real quick. Now I'll let you go. One last thing. We're based, I guess we could say this because nobody's going to come out and stalk us. We're based in Atlanta. One of the biggest losses that we've seen in sports history, especially in Georgia sports history, was 28-3.
I'm on the Alabama-Florida line.
But 28-3. We all done said this collectively. If the Falcons hand the ball off, opposed to throwing the ball, maybe they win the game. We saw the Super Bowl between the Seahawks and the Patriots. You get the ball to Marshawn Lynch on the 1 yard line, you probably win.
Right.
You force the ball in, you throw a pick, you lose. Again, I hear what you're saying about quarterback, but I take a W any day over a quarterback statistics. I'm sorry.
Let me play devil's advocate and put a spin on it. I get what you're saying. I'm all about the dubs and whatever. But let's look at our black quarterbacks, right? Nobody's calling out black quarterbacks. They calling them dual threats. They calling them run first, pass second players. I want to see the Randall Cunningham, the Warren Moons come out of, our skin type. Like, we don't get called, the smart guy on the field. He's an athlete. He's athletic. He can scramble and run for the first down. I want to see these guys develop to be a true quarterback. Maybe that's a selfish thing on me. Because we haven't seen it. I mean, it's about the win, but for me, it's a personal thing for me. I mean, you can argue with me.
Greatest strength right now is his legs.
I get it. Who?
Lamar Jackson. So you want to make him a pocket passer when
it's not that I want to make him. I said I would love to see. I can't make him be something he's not going to be. I just
several times. That would
What I'm saying is I said I'm playing devil's advocate, and I'm saying what my personal feeling, how I want to see the black quarterbacks evolve in the league to break that from the moniker of being a dual threat running quarterback. That's just a selfish thing with me. That ain't got nothing to do with you guys, right? So that's just what I want to see. So what I'm saying is you take that opportunity from Jalen, so he doesn't throw interceptions, and you just want him to hand it off or tuck and run. Well, then just make him a running back. Make him. I don't know. I just don't get the idea of saying a quarterback should be doing more of a running back job than actually being a quarterback. To me, I just see it in a different kind of perspective. I want to see these guys. I want to see these guys become. Let's face it like this: we had a quarterback who ran a 10-2, win 6 Super Bowls. I mean, the most unathletic people at QB are winning championships. And I'm like, man,
the problem is, even when we were in high school, college, nobody's idolizing a Brady. So they don't look at that's what I want to mold myself into. They idolize, oh, Vic, oh, such and such, oh, LeBron.
This is true.
They're not programmed to be that person.
Shador Sanders, that's about the only person.
Yeah.
He's like Brady's
like
protege or something like that. I think
that's only because your dad got pulled and making it happen. Yeah. Your dad is telling you. Your dad is the one that's saying one on the commercial saying, "Cut the bull jive, give me a chicken wing." Yeah. His dad is setting all that up.
I would say it does.
He's out there saying, "Yo, Tom, I'm such and such. Can you help me?" I'm not going to believe that he's doing that.
Yeah, and I think we said this last week. The age of the pocket, just like standing in the pocket, throwing the ball, that's over with, man.
Oh, yeah.
Defenses are too fast now.
Exactly.
Hey, if you're a statue back there, you ain't gonna last long.
You try being a Tom Brady playing against that Cleveland Browns defense.
Yeah. Tom Brady just won it 2 or 3 years ago.
2 or 3 years ago, defense have evolved again.
That much?
Every year.
Hey. Well, they need to do something with the O-line to start developing then.
I want to say one last thing.
It's easier to be a defensive lineman than to be an offensive lineman. The defense.
No, I totally get it, man. But
when you look at training camps, the defense always kick starts faster than the offense. And I think it's going to be that way for a long time.
But I thought y'all would have had me a little bit of support saying we want to see the black quarterback develop.
No. This the thing.
It's not going to happen.
Hey, maybe in February, but not this month, man.
So what I want to say, I want to kind of pass this on to my brother over to my left. Sports guy, when you all made it to the Super Bowl a couple years ago, do y'all make it off of the what?
A couple years, but go ahead.
Years ago. Do y'all make it off the back of Cam's arms or Cam's legs?
It's a little bit both, but mostly,
yeah.
Steve Smith.
But mostly, Cam being able to make plays, and if he didn't have the running ability, the elusiveness, to extend plays, then some of those other plays would not happen. Yeah. So you're going to need that with the quarterback. It's not about the quarterback getting back there running like Vic. You need to be able to extend plays. Yeah. Now, if you look at the Cowboys-Chargers game, that extended some plays to make some throws to CeeDee Lamb.
Hey, to get off one of couple of them plays too. I was like, "Come on, get this joker."
But who did Cam them lose to? Who did Cam them lose to?
Broncos.
Yeah, we lost to Denver. When he looked
who was the quarterback? Who was the quarterback for the Broncos?
Man, dude, Peyton was on his last leg, man.
That's a different defense, man.
So a mobile quarterback couldn't be on his last leg quarterback.
Yeah, that was 2014 or something.
Man, did nothing.
Y'all aren't supporting my idea here.
Von Miller was like the Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah. Right. Peyton was throwing ducks. He was just throwing it 5 seconds early, so it was getting there.
That was a horrible game. Matter of fact, he played a horrible game when the Colts beat the Bears. He did not have any good Super Bowl performance. Yeah. He didn't have great Super Bowl performances. It was all defense.
Yeah. Hey, and the sports guy's point, like, I just want to say about Dak real quick. And K. Riles always said, you got to use the quarterback's legs, man. Mm-hmm. Especially when they can move. When he was moving, he was making plays.
Yep.
I've been screaming all the time. They talk about the red zone issues. Why are we not running read options, man?
Yep.
Yeah, he got him on one play, man. Dak could have ran about 20 yards for the touchdown. They wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I would take a quarterback that can run versus somebody that can run, that can throw. Give me a quarterback like
Brock Purdy.
I don't want to say Dakota.
You don't want to say Purdy.
I don't want to say Dakota.
First name off your head.
Yeah. Give me a quarterback.
Like about to say that.
Right. Look at
Hey, it wouldn't come out, man. It wouldn't come out.
I saw you pondering.
Hey, man, I lost the name. It wouldn't come off the tongue. You know what? Give me a quarterback that can roll up out the pocket and extend the play versus a quarterback that I can run 17 times with design plays. Because at the end of the day, Father Time is undefeated. Them legs gonna slow down. And I'd rather know how to roll out the pocket and get rid of it than roll out the pocket and take off running for 30 yards over and over and over and over.
And Samson, that's what I was trying to say. I just couldn't put it as eloquent as you did. But that's what I'm saying, right? I mean, if you're gonna use him as a running back, he's not gonna last too much longer, man. Right. It's only gonna take one hit, and we already see how these injuries are coming about, man.
It caught up with Lamar last year.
Right.
It caught up with Josh Allen last year too.
I think you can run the quarterback sometime, but they can't be like a Josh Allen and take unnecessary.
They're gonna have to have peripheral vision.
Because what I like about Philadelphia, they have a lot of design runs for Jalen Hurts. And
quarterback has to know how to be safe.
Yeah, I don't see him taking a lot of hits though.
Yeah.
But then Jalen ain't your average quarterback, man. Jalen is a weight room junkie.
Yeah,
He's
Jalen-
stronger than most of the people on the field.
But I'm saying he's sliding or going out of bounds.
Yeah,
He ain't trying to
yeah.
do
I was telling
Yeah,
you guys,
yeah, for
there's
sure.
also a way to take a sack. Brady just folds up.
Absolutely.
Some players don't know how to fold up and absorb the hit and keep it moving.
Yep.
Jalen, every time I've seen him run, he don't put himself in harm's way.
Exactly.
Lamar does, and it's not worth it.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is the perfect example of what you're talking about, Jay. I know. Patrick Mahomes, hey, he got that sneaky scrambling ability.
Yeah.
You know, you look up, man, he done ran like 15, 17 yards, but he also know how to move in the pocket, avoid the sacks, buy time, and so forth. So that's the perfect example of the type of quarterback that I can think that, you know, fits what, you know, the mold of the quarterback that you was speaking
I
of.
look at it like this.
That's a good call out right there.
If you're going to be a somewhat scrambling quarterback, you should be aware enough of defender that you slide and you're coming back up before he hits you. Because if you're sliding and he still gets a good lick on you, you waited too long.
But you know,
I mean,
to
and
Noah's
we
point,
go back to one quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
Yep.
He's out for the season now.
Did they make the decision?
Oh wow.
Yeah, Jim Irsay says he's most likely out for the year. I think they're gonna have that shoulder surgery.
Wow.
But yeah, you can't be taking them unnecessary.
The whole off season, he'll be watching videos on sliding.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, no. To your point earlier, though, we already seen this before. We had a quarterback in Philadelphia who was mobile, and he listened to the critics, and he wanted to be a pocket passer. His words, wanted to be a pocket passer, and was never the same quarterback after he did that. Now Donovan McNabb.
Right.
So
resorted in Chunky Campbell soup commercials.
Yeah, I mean, you can't take away from the quarterback's strength. And yeah, I agree with everything you say. You want to protect the quarterback. You want the quarterback to protect himself. But at the same time, if I got a quarterback who has the ability to scramble, who has the ability to extend plays, I'm not just going to sit here and leave him behind a pocket. I'm going to take advantage of that. Mahomes, one thing Andy Reid learned from it now was to allow Mahomes to do, extend the plays and be elusive. One thing that me and Rope have always debated was that needs to roll more. That needs to be able to be more free. And last night they won again just mainly because of that.
Yeah. You know, the last quarterback they tried to convert, and y'all might get this right, might get this wrong. The last quarterback who tried to prove something and convert that he would be a pocket passer ruined himself. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm like, Jim Harbaugh got the best out that dude. And then next year he tried to come back and silence the critics. Oh, I can be a pocket passer. And you're not, bro.
He tried to please Jay, I know, man.
No, hey,
he ended up losing his career, man.
Sports Guy called exactly what I'm talking about. And I just couldn't think about it. Mahomes is the prototype I'm thinking about because he's passed first, but he's going to learn. He knows how to get out of trouble, knows when to get down, get out of bounds. He knows when to throw the ball. You know, he is the prototype quarterback in my eyes now. But I still, what I'm saying is, I still want to see these guys be able to read defense. We talk about this every week. They can't read defenses.
When you
read the defenses,
teams, and I just like we're saying it now, prototype, and you hear it in the NFL, prototype. Could you imagine what any of our teams would be like with Mahomes now? Bro, it would be some rings, fingers full, except for it would be some rings and some playoff wins for some
our
people.
O-line is just that bad, but with San Fran, Cowboys, and Eagles line,
yeah.
Let me ask you a question though. Are you saying that the reason why these quarterbacks struggle to read defenses is because they're trying to be too mobile?
No, I just think that to Samson's point, the defense is just these guys are just too fast, man. And I think that the speed at which those guys play, man, it does make it hard for you to read defenses. But if you don't give yourself a chance, if you tuck in after the first read, maybe you don't have a chance. Hey, that's just what it is. But if you don't get a chance to go through your progressions, and you running for cover, or you scared to stand in the pocket, then I have an issue with that.
I'm telling you, man, you trying to get to that outside, and you got Michael Parsons or Fred Warner running down that line.
Right.
That's gonna end your career.
But what did you guys always talk about?
Check 1, 2, 3, 4.
What did you guys always talk about? You guys always talk about scheme. Isn't there not a way to scheme a defensive lineman? I mean, somebody bull rushing like that.
Talent.
Scheme a block.
You gotta have the talent.
Well,
okay.
With the 49ers,
Parsons bust through like 2 or 3 guys from that.
I know. Explain Matt Jones. Explain Matt Jones to me.
Explain him to you.
Hey, man, he killed. No, he killed old boy from Herbert last night on one play.
Yeah.
Herbert tried to get to the outside, and I don't know where Parsons came from, somebody's pocket or something. But I just heard plastic.
Yeah.
And 6'6", they called me this big quarterback, man. He went down like he was 5'2". And that's the kind of stuff that you don't want your quarterback to get themselves into.
And Herbert's already injured.
What's wrong with him?
Finger.
Middle finger on his non-throwing hand is broken.
Yeah. But yeah, I know we got a pocket passer in the league right now who's giving out picks, like giving out gifts on Christmas. So explain Matt Jones to me.
K. Rouse, I get it. You trying to beat a dead horse, man. The idea. I said read defenses. Y'all said pocket passer. I said be able to read defense. I don't know how that morphed into being a pocket QB.
Right.
Be able to read defenses when you scramble.
You said you would love to see quarterbacks in the pocket.
Hey, well, let me explain it. I don't think Mac Jones is fair to put into that box or statement. He just don't have the talent, and he don't have the arm strength.
Right.
And that's the problem. And then Bill Belichick, he's old school with his coaching, man. You know, he's trying to make Mac Jones Tom Brady with the work they're playing. You know, you think about the receiver. Who do Mac Jones really got as a receiver? Who he has as running back?
That
receiver.
Hey, so that has been the Patriots' formula for winning, and it's caught up to him.
Yeah.
You put anybody around Tom Brady, he make them better.
And we talked about that,
but they had a tight end. They had a tight end too.
Same way, and he don't have that talent.
Yeah,
they had a tight end.
Patriots don't draft well, man. But you got also look at they've been picking 28, 29, 31st every year, but still they still in the first round, so they should have had some quality. They just don't draft well.
Yeah,
we forgetting that Brady had Gronk. So is Gronk? They always had a tight end, so that could you can kind of mitigate your.
Well, he had Randy Moss. He had Edelman. He had all them guys.
Yeah, don't sleep on Edelman. Edelman was a bailout.
I forgot about that dude. Yeah.
Edelman, Amendola.
Yeah, I just think he had Danny Amendola. So
who is the dude? He used to play for the Patriots, and I don't think he went to the Dolphins.
He had some true slot receivers.
Yeah.
And he could get that ball out quick and let them. They were true yak monsters, man.
The Patriots kind of in that era kind of redefined that whole slot receiver with that whole position.
I fully agree. I think they did because when you think about the Patriots on their better years, he went deep, but it wasn't much. Their game was short.
Only time I remember him going deep was when they pretty much had Randy Moss.
They had Randy Moss. Yep.
That's the only time. Every other thing was pretty much deep and dunk you all.
And we saw how that finally ended, without a ring.
Thank the Giants, man. You got to give Giants credit because hell, Brady would have damn near had 10
rings.
What
was that 7-9 year with the Giants that year, somewhere like that?
They were 9-7.
It wasn't a great record.
Yeah, that was a wild card. 9-7.
Yeah, in fact, both of their Super Bowl years was like that, right?
It's all about when you start clicking, man. Yeah. Get in there. That's all you got to do is get in there.
But before we roll off quarterbacks, I would like to give a shout out to one quarterback who's definitely redeemed his career. He was a throw-in a trade a couple years ago, and now he's probably one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and that's Jared Goff. I mean, the way this man is playing ball right now is great. I mean, for him to pretty much be seen like a guy that was going to be a career backup, once he left the Rams to now coming in and starting for Detroit, and Detroit is looking like one of the best teams in the league currently. Yeah, that's one guy that does not get enough recognition. I mean, he's playing great ball right now, and Dan Campbell got to be the leader for Coach of the Year right now.
Absolutely. The team is playing phenomenal on both sides of the ball.
Man,
actually, all three phases of football. Go ahead, guy.
He's never been garbage. I mean, he's never been garbage. And if I'm not mistaken, Jared Goff was the number 1 overall pick.
Yep.
And the Rams went to the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. So,
yep.
I mean, he ain't been a garbage.
Maybe it was a change of scheme just didn't fit for him.
Hey, he is a smart quarterback.
Yeah. When
you look, he knows where to go with the ball, almost like he know the offense like the back of his hand. And, you know, the offense is tailor-made for him. So, I mean, yeah, he was a throw-in, but right now I might have to say, you know, Detroit won that trade.
I don't know, man. Matthew Stafford won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, they did.
So that's the ultimate goal. You win the Super Bowl, you know.
I thought it was developing quarterbacks.
What's that?
What's that?
Never mind. Go ahead.
What you said?
I said I thought the ultimate goal was to develop quarterbacks.
It is.
It depends on what your situation is. If you got a team that's ready to win now, you can't develop no quarterback. Look at what San Fran did.
That's what Rams did. The Rams could have continued to develop Jared Goff. What they did, they got a proven veteran in Stafford.
They went all in, got the chip.
Yeah.
And
they went all in. They got everybody.
But that was a hell of a talented team. That was a team. That team had so much. That team was stacked, man.
Yeah.
And I think they could have won with Goff. Not to say to minimize what Stafford did, but I think Goff could have won if they would have gave him another year.
It would have been the same.
I think it's time for a change of him. He just needs to make
the first time that they beat us in 4 years was the NFC Championship. Oh well.
Hey, boy, you talking about winning when it really counts?
When it counts, right? all that. Oh, we beat them twice a year. That crap didn't matter when they beat us to go to the championship.
Y'all beat them to go make it to the playoffs that year, right? I think. Then y'all beat them the last game.
Yep, last game or one game before we had to win, and then we turn around and get beat by them. Yep.
Good stuff.
So, question for you all: if you was Minnesota, you're seeing teams now starting to have injury at quarterback. Seeing teams now that may not have got the quarterback production that they thought they would. Will you trade Kirk Cousins?
It's on Kirk Cousins. He has a no trade clause, and they say he's not waiving it.
Ooh,
it's crazy.
So they might want to trade him, but you know, maybe they got to find out and say, "Hey, we're gonna trade you to this team."
So he has to sign off on that deal, right?
How did he earn?
Yeah, he has a no trade clause.
Yeah,
how did he earn it?
He else had that too. I'm trying to remember who had that.
Deshaun Watson had it.
Okay, so
Cousins earned a no trade clause.
So K. Rouse, what team would be a perfect situation or a great situation for Cousins to say, you know what, let's reevaluate this no trade clause?
No,
there's no team right now.
I don't see Kirk Cousins doing it.
I keep getting sick of people saying that's Kyle Shanahan's baby boy. No, we're good where we are.
49ers.
You don't want Kirk Cousins, man. Go ahead and do what you're doing.
Okay, besides the 49ers, let's take the 49ers out of the equation. So who you
think of the Jets?
You think yeah, for sure.
No, they're not gonna do that because Aaron Rodgers there. Kirk Cousins be want to play next year.
Yeah, free agent though. His contract is up at the end of the year.
Aaron Rodgers coming back in week, so there's no room for Kirk Cousins.
I mean, honestly, to answer your question, if I'm Tennessee, I'll do it. Tannehill is not the answer. You got a strong run game. You got Nook. You know, you got a strong defense. You need a quarterback. If I'm the Falcons, I'd do it. The Falcons
are going to give up.
The Falcons are a quarterback away, in my opinion, from being a contender.
I would give the Falcons that because Ritter is garbage.
Yeah,
I will say
I think they found out what they got from Ritter.
Yeah, so that would be a good move for the Falcons. I can see Kirk Cousins.
Hey, the Falcons need to start Heineke or something, man. Desmond Ritter is.
Let me ask y'all this: how did the Falcons get it in the predicament or the situation they in now?
Killed on the Matt Ryan too long. and had opportunity to trade for a quarterback. Well, sorry, to draft a quarterback, but they try to get skilled players instead.
And should have got rid of him then, or got his backup.
Got rid of him when? After the Super Bowl loss? When was his value?
Like when they was out here trying to draft all these skilled players, they should have went ahead and invested in the future quarterback.
Yeah, let him sit for 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, they tried. They tried. They didn't scout, evaluate the quarterback, so they failed on that. So to be honest with you, when you look around that team, they got a good offensive line, the running back, tight end, wide receiver. So in my opinion, they did the right thing as far as developing their team. They just missed on the quarterback. So now they're gonna have to go and find a quarterback to play.
They can give us a fourth for Sam Darnold.
Before this thought slips my mind, I want to give a shout out, since K Rouse gave a shout out to golf. I'm gonna give a shout out to a no-brainer QB, and I don't mean a no-brainer in a good way. What's his name? Came in and back up. Tyrod Taylor. What was he thinking? Calling a run audible with 6 seconds left before the half with no timeout. See, that's what I'm talking about, bro. That just made us look stupid out there on the field, bro. You have no timeout. You called a run audible for a run.
Hey man, he's on the back end of his career.
I'm saying, man,
he's just trying to make it through.
This is what I'm talking about.
Hey, speaking of back end of careers, have we seen? Are we witnessing the end?
The toe,
Mr. Russell. Let's ride, Wilson.
He's in a bad situation. I'll take him.
We're gonna come back to that. Russell Wilson. Man, he has strapped this team for cash, man. He got them in a bad predicament. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Seattle made off like a bandit on this deal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what happened to Russell. I'm gonna tell you what happened to Russell. Future, the pressure from Future is starting to weigh on him, man. He has not been the same since Future came out, and it just really started,
I'm gonna say this.
You think Russell Wilson concerned about Future?
Yeah,
he's concerned about.
I'm gonna go even further.
Hey, hold on.
I might be wrong. If you're gonna say Future, I would blame Sierra first, being in this media instead of just being wifey, being in this media.
No,
Lord.
You know what? I think the issue
he's concerned about something.
I think the issue with Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson, man. He's a diva, man. He has an office in the building, man. Shannon Sharp always talks about that, man.
Not anymore.
He doesn't anymore. He don't get along with his teammates. Marshawn Lynch.
So that you think that was true about what Beast Mode said?
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch said, "Hey, man, he was just a quarterback."
Yeah, he's like, man, I don't even have his number.
Man, that sounds like some hate to me, bro. Why? Just because he said he didn't have his number, what's wrong with me and you don't have to be cool like that. Why you need my number? Why I need your number? All I'm doing is handing the ball off to you.
That's something you ask for. It's just like you a manager of the IT group. You supposed to bring the group together.
Exactly.
And you leader of this
two totally different. Look, Marshawn, Beast Mode, and Russell are two totally different people.
I'm a quarterback. I am the leader of this team. I don't care if a defensive end need to come talk to me. I need to have my ears open to him.
We can talk in the locker room. We can talk in the locker room, bro. We can talk in the locker room. That's it. Watching game planning.
Leader. That ain't being a leader.
Hey, not only that, but look how much Russell Wilson benefited from Marshawn Lynch.
Right.
Seattle would not.
I'm rolling with
Marshawn Lynch win several games for Seattle. You don't have this guy phone number?
Right.
Why does he need his phone number?
Look,
you the leader, like he said.
Hey, that could be. Look, man, I don't know, man.
Marshawn could just be telling his side of the story. We don't know.
Marshawn's too real for that dude, man.
Hey, and that could be the problem.
What is too real?
Hey, he might not rock with Marshawn Lynch on a personal level. Exactly. It could be certain things that he's doing. Teammates do some crazy stuff. They might, want to go out and party, want to go 100 miles per hour, live a reckless life. Look, man, when we playing football, that's what the focus is. outside of football or work, look, man, it is what it is. You a supervisor on your job, a manager, so to speak. I'm pretty sure you got some employees that you ain't gonna rock with outside of work.
But I'm gonna tell you this: he
It's
might not have had his number, but if he wanted to call Russell, he can call him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know who set the
They ain't got to hang out, but come on.
Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan didn't get along with his teammates, bro. But when it came to the being on the court, that's when I need you to show up. I don't care about seeing you outside the arena. That's cool, and I'm cool with that. But when it comes to what we get paid to do, it's a difference between what you get paid to do and then you just being boys. We ain't boys, but we getting paid to do a job. We got to do this job. I got coworkers, bro. I don't rock with you, but we got a job to do.
Y'all talk at work, though.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. You talk in the locker room. I said you talk in the locker room. I don't need your number.
They give these players a sense of entitlement. It's just like with Aaron Rodgers. How you gonna come to the Jets organization and say, I'm gonna come along, but here's my laundry list? So that's problem number one.
They allow it, man.
Exactly. If they allowed that man to have an office in the corner.
That's right. They allow it.
You're gonna piss me off if you come through there with a football in your hand and go shut your office door.
Russell Wilson and Sean Payton. Sean Payton, we talk about Sean Payton is as arrogant as they come, man. You know what I'm saying? So Russell Wilson's numbers haven't been that bad, but that team is just that team is just broken up in so many areas, man.
They're fragmented. It started with the coach.
It's deeper than football.
Yeah, man. It's not a good look for Walmart.
Hey, Russell Wilson, that might be another. You talking about the Falcons? Hey, I don't believe he done like that.
I don't
think if you put the right players, him on the right team, he has enough to win with him.
Russell has pissed
me a coach like Summer.
Watching him play us, that he's not done. He's done in Denver.
Yeah.
But I still think he got a good, decent 2 years left in him. Now, if he uses it up in Denver, that's going to be on them. But he goes back to what I was saying with Brock Purdy. Around the right individuals, it won't be Russell that cost the team a championship. Russell could get the job done with what he is now. You put Russell on the Cowboys, you put Russell with the 49ers, or even with the Eagles, I guarantee you won't see much of a drop-off in their production. I could argue you probably would see an increase in production. Hey, you can say what you want. You can say what you want, but y'all got 8 interceptions already, and you F the BS. You can say what you want. Huh?
I actually got a question.
The Browns can't say too much.
I actually got a question though. I hear what you're saying about Russell Wilson, and kudos to him, great career and all. How much fall off did we see in Seattle when he left? Could he possibly have been a system quarterback?
You saw a drop off in quarterback production.
Did you? Didn't Gino was the most improved player last year? What?
Hey, has Seattle won a Super Bowl?
A lot of teams didn't win a Super Bowl. Denver won a Super Bowl.
What I'm saying is you can't measure that team. They ain't won no Super Bowl. They ain't won no playoffs. They ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't really measure. Hey, they got better.
They had a hell of a regular season with Gino.
Well, at least they had a hell of a regular season. Denver looks like they looked last year so far. So I'm just saying.
I tell you right now, I'm not saying I would exchange him for Brock Purdy because I wouldn't. But if something happened and we made a change for Russell Wilson, I would not be mad.
Yeah.
I would not be like, you know what, season over with. Boom, boom, boom. You probably would say, you know what, Hurts is out. Man, we stuck with such and such. Tell me who would be better than Russell for y'all right now. Now we're not talking about people who had a franchise quarterback. We're talking about a quarterback who's on his last limbs, probably. Name me one.
First of all, I'm in an argument like this. There's a rumor out that's been confirmed that we tried to go after Russell Wilson. He refused to come to Philly. So as far as I'm concerned, the hell with him.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you mad at him.
Okay.
It seems that
So speaking of going for players who are on their deathbed to be done. I heard y'all got Turf Toe Jones coming y'all way.
Turf Toe Jones.
Is that true? Did y'all go get Julio?
Yes, we did get Julio, but we get him.
So he's good for 3
that's a
games.
confirmed sign.
He's
Yeah.
Oh wow.
he's good for 3 games, and you better choose which 3 you use him.
What did he do in Tennessee? Nothing.
That's fine. He was signed to Tennessee as a number 2. He's coming to Philly as probably a number 3 or 4.
Was he in the league last year?
I think we were at Tampa Bay last year.
He played.
Oh, he was with Tampa Bay. Yeah.
He play his normal 3 games a year, and then he's gone with the paper hamstrings and the turf toe.
So are y'all expecting him to be like y'all third wide receiver?
I mean,
special team.
Hey, he playing gunner.
He's special, bro.
But I actually got a question though for the panel. And I was going to say this on the text, but I'll refrain from doing this. Do we notice that there's a bias though, depending on where a player signs? Like when a player signs San Fran, great sign to San Fran. Player signs with Dallas, how about them boys? Player signs with Carolina, there goes his career. Yeah.
I've seen some signings with the 49ers. I was like, what the hell were they thinking?
I'm talking about who signed with Philly that people were talking about. That's a bad sign. What you talking about? Ooh.
No, I'm just saying. Like right now, people from what I read on chat and whatnot, everybody saying he's washed. Everyone says that he's done. I read a couple things that said he probably hurt his hamstring at signing. I mean, I don't know
with being with the Eagles. That's just signing him. Period.
Let me tell you, K-Riles, if y'all use him sparingly, y'all might be on to something.
Yeah.
But if y'all come in there and just try to throw him in there and get some production out of him, he gonna be hurt.
He's gonna be used sparingly. But one thing I noticed though is a trend in the league right now. I'll be honest with you. On Sunday, when the Niners lost, the league rejoiced. When Sunday, the Eagles lost, the world rejoiced. So I understand getting all this hatred, all this. We deserve it. We stunk up the joint. We let the Jets look competent. So we deserve it, and I can take it. But I hope Jay know isn't thinking that the Jets about to make a run.
Dude, do you? They even try to give me the floor. I don't have no nothing to brag about that game. That game was a game, one game that I told you even before week 1 that we gonna be there. Because what I say, Jalen Hurts. I said it's something about him that it just seems that I think he already seemed like he climaxed, man. Like pause. You know what I'm saying? That it's he already reached his peak because y'all won't let the man develop as a quarterback. Y'all want him to be a running back playing quarterback.
So let me ask y'all this question. Go ahead.
Think about this format. You want him to hand the ball off or tuck and run. How is he going to develop as a quarterback? He's a running back playing quarterback. He led y'all in the rushing in the game against the Jets. He's a running back.
Wins for improvement.
He's a running back. He's a running back.
Well, I'm about to actually give you credit. I'm about to give you compliment.
For what?
Zachy look good. That shovel pass he threw.
He's a game manager, bro. He's a game manager.
Exactly what you want to do.
He's a game manager at best. He didn't cost us the game. Jalen Hurts cost y'all the game. Jalen Hurts cost y'all the game.
Just the master of throwing shade, man. It was like, man, that was
who called him Lil Zachy?
So let me ask y'all this, and this was a big question, and y'all honest opinion. Which game was the most detrimental from the loss this week? The Eagles loss or the 49ers loss?
Neither.
I think the Eagles.
Neither. It was.
I think the
I
Eagles.
said time and time again
Because of Hurts' performance.
It's one loss.
Because of Hurts' performance. Y'all 49ers, y'all had some key injuries, man. I mean, the injuries speak for themselves. Hurts, bro, that's just straight performance.
I'm okay with that loss because, like I said, we've been getting by the skin of our teeth all season.
Right.
That's a wake-up call. Now, we go out and let Ed against Miami get blown out, then I will come over here and be concerned. Right now, I'm not concerned.
I ain't even worried about the score. I'm worried about Jalen Hurts' performance. My eyes are on Jalen to see how he performs.
Well, we know that Miami's defense is not going to shock anybody.
Yeah.
But that offense, bro, y'all gonna have y'all hands full.
Hey, look, man,
Yes.
don't
Yes.
come out there playing that man-to-man defense.
Oh,
You better play in cover 2.
You're gonna be looking. Hey, all you're gonna see is that.
you know, I'm gonna say something though, and I know that this is an unpopular choice because he's not a quarterback. Hey man, if Cheetah keep on this pace, he better win MVP. I know that we talked about Christian in a show before, but man, Cheetah is balling.
He is, but
cannot
he
be
won't
stopped.
win it. He
No.
won't.
They're about to have 1,000 yards and they played but 6 games already.
Right.
Yes.
Let that sink in.
They'll
This
still
man
give it a 2.
5-yard. This man can turn a 5-yard gain
that's a
into a
good point.
home run in a twitch.
Yeah, you know where the NFL set up, like I said, they're gonna give it a 2. So if he got, just think about it. If he get 2,000 yards, that means Tua probably gonna have 5,000 yards, 40-some touchdowns, or whatever the case may be. So
some of his stats gonna be 0. They're gonna have to read. They can't even hold it.
That's a great point.
They're gonna have to reset.
Hey, that's a great point. I think they should start counting passing yards or stop counting passing yards once the receiver catches the ball.
What?
That's it. That's it. The yards have to catch. The pass had nothing to do with those yards. So if I
realize
hold on. What is it called? It's called passing yards. If I pass the ball for 5 yards, you catch it 5 yards from when I throw it. That's it.
So you okay with Lil Zachy having 60 yards every game in passing?
Damn.
Anyway.
It don't make sense. The game doesn't make sense.
So what if the player miss a tackle?
Huh?
So if they miss a tackle and he take it to the house,
it's
so
yards
you're gonna penalize the quarterback because he didn't miss a tackle and the receiver went 70 yards.
Why call it yards after catch then?
Because that's what it is.
Okay, then exactly.
But
so the passing yards mean I pass the ball for X amount of yards, and then after that, it's yards after catch.
Man, there's short passes, there's medium passes, there's long passes. No quarterback can throw 60, 50 yards down the field the whole game.
Why add that to the stats? Why pad the stats? How can you throw for 450 yards when 350 is yards after catch? You didn't throw for 450 yards.
Hey Samson, make sure you edit this out of the
Hey, cut that mic
up here talking about CAT spells dog.
Simple math. I need somebody to explain to me what does a passing yard mean?
Man,
if I pass the ball to you, if you're on the 10-yard line, I'm on the goal line. I throw it to you for 10 yards. You right there. The ball went in the air for 10 yards. That's passing the ball to you for 10 yards. Everything after that is on the ground.
Okay. So you're saying so you're a basketball man, right?
I am.
Okay. So if I pass you the ball and you shoot, you trying to tell me I shouldn't get an assist?
You pass me the ball for me to score. That's an assist. That's logic.
Right.
But what I'm saying is,
the quarterback is part of this.
But he shouldn't get no yard. He don't get the yak.
I haven't seen you throwing nothing back since we was on this podcast. Did you drink something before?
That's the problem. I didn't.
So Jay, I know.
No,
so when should the receiver get credit for their yards? Should they only get credit for their yards when they run? Like if the ball traveled 10 yards for the receiver caught it, the receiver gets credit for 10 yards.
Right. Yeah. So now if I throw it for 60 yards in the air and the receiver catches at the 5, he should only get 5 yards, a 5-yard touchdown.
So what I'm saying, I'm just trying to get you to look at it like this. Try to explain that to somebody who don't know anything about football, right? And they say, yo, he threw the ball 10 yards, but why did that calculate to 8 yards?
You would personally ruin fantasy football, man.
I would, right?
Yeah. if you come up with a league and have them rules, I guarantee you have all 8 teams in it.
You just gave me an idea, goddamn.
Yeah, I know. You killing argument for Tyreek Hill. Because Tyreek Hill is getting separation. He's 40 yards down the field. The ball travels 40 yards, and he only goes 5 more yards to the end zone. Then you killing his chances of getting 2,000 yards.
But it was a 40-yard pass, right? So he gets the 40
but he only caught it and
plus
meant
the
5
yards
more
after
yards.
catch. Yeah.
So he catch a 60-yard bomb but catch it in the end zone. He will have no receiving yards according to your logic.
Yeah. He might have about he'll have about 36,
touchdown.
he'll have 36 yards, but 6 touchdowns.
Y'all confusing me now.
Hey, man. Hey, man, it sounds like we got geometry, physics, calculus, all this type of shit trying to figure this out.
According to what you're saying, if Tua throws it from the 50 and it landed the 5, then by that rule, Cheetah's gonna have a 5-yard touchdown.
Yeah. And he did all that work to get open, and he don't get credit for 5 yards.
No, see, y'all brought in the receiving part. I said the throw, the pass, the quarterback shouldn't get
looking at it from the other aspect.
You want to look at the whole list. No, but you ran 40 yards, right? And the pass was 40 yards. You get that 40 yards as the receiver plus anything after that, right? But the quarterback should only get passing yards for the 40, and that's it.
Okay, let me ask you this. When a defense is on the defensive side of the ball and they intercept it, is that a defensive interception, or is it go down strictly as that man who caught the interception? It's a team stat. When you say defense had takeaways, it doesn't say Fred Warner had 36 interceptions only that year. The defense had 36 interceptions.
I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying. I see what you're saying. And in your world, it makes sense. Now, that would be something for you to have a no shit league start. But
I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to come up with something because it's gonna be called the logic game.
I would say Jay, I know his point. I'm trying to do this. I look at it from the standpoint of this. I think a lot of times when they make these judgments on who's the best player, who deserves MVP, the eye test should win out more than stats. Because you could have a garbage quarterback who got the elite wide receiver. In case in point, I think we all can agree that Kirk Cousins is mediocre. But he got Justin Jefferson. And Justin Jefferson does make him look elite. And I think that more credit should go towards Justin Jefferson than goes to quarterback, but it's a quarterback-driven league. We done said it several times. The most important position on the field is quarterback.
I won't say mediocre. He's definitely suspect, but I won't say mediocre.
Justin Jefferson makes this man look elite. Give Patrick Mahomes.
No, I'm not gonna say. I'm not saying he won't. He's not. He doesn't look elite. Well, I don't even think Justin Jefferson makes him look elite. But I won't say mediocre. When I say mediocre, when you say mediocre, I'm thinking about if you want to say Ritter or somebody like that. You know, but I won't say mediocre because let me tell you, I'm gonna even go down this far. I put Kirk Cousins on the Eagles and y'all be in the same situation.
Ooh. Maybe
Hey,
less interceptions too.
Hey, and y'all probably have only 3 interceptions by now.
We seen
somebody who can read defenses.
Sports guy, what's up?
I can see what you're saying with Justin Jefferson, but I think a lot of times you don't get the quarterback credit for knowing where to go with the ball.
So Bryce Young look better with Justin Jefferson.
What I'm saying is Kirk Cousins, when you talk about being mediocre and Justin Jefferson's making him look better, man, he ain't like he going out there and just handing the ball off to Justin Jefferson. He has to know where to go with the ball. He has to make the throw. So
how many big games Kirk Cousins won?
So would Justin Jefferson have those numbers if Kirk Cousins wasn't good?
Yeah, I believe. I don't agree
with that.
But my thing is this: right, we seen Kirk Cousins in Washington. We seen him in Minnesota.
Let me tell you, I'm
not
for
on prime time, like 1-12 or something crazy.
I'm not for it, but I'm gonna piggyback off what Sports Guy said. There's a reason why Kyle Shanahan wanted Kirk Cousins, and that because exactly what he said. Shanahan said it. He knows where to go with the ball. Now, is he elite? No. Is he good? Questionable.
He does his job.
He can distribute the ball, and when you look at it, that's what Brock Purdy does. He's not gonna wow you. He knows where to go with the ball. He's not the most talented. If you want to say he's a Kirk Cousins 2.0, people can argue that. He's younger. He has a higher ceiling, I
Mhm.
would say. But in certain offenses, you just need a distributor. You don't need somebody that's squatting 600 pounds, that's stronger than your defensive end, that is a gym rat. You don't need that.
You need weapons.
You need
need
weapons, yes. But at the end of the day, give me somebody that can process the ball, process the offense, throw the ball accurately, versus somebody that can run a 4-3, can outrun the defense some of the time, any day. Just give me a person that can distribute this ball, because you know what? We are a yak team. And the problem with Trey Lance, he processed things late. You got to know how to hit people in stride, so that 5 yards turn to 25 yards.
So I
I'm
think
biased.
Kirk Cousins would be awesome in Miami then. Or who? I mean, if we talking about know where to go with the ball,
Yes,
man,
yes.
he would
Because
be
you know
lighting it
what?
up in
His
Miami
receivers are going to
right
get
now.
that separation.
Yeah.
Yes, he would.
Yeah.
Yo, all I know is, as an Eagles fan, and Rope knows this as well as I do, Freddie Mitchell. That's all I got to say.
Who was that?
McNabb, that's the best weapon McNabb had outside of T.O.
All the time, I think.
Yes, that's the best weapon McNabb had outside of T.O.
And you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna lay off them Cowboys, and now I'm gonna say, y'all might lose y'all next 2 games.
Who they got?
Yes, it's on y'all, K-Riles. Y'all might just lose y'all next 2 games.
That's
Who they
Hey,
got?
what did I say? 7-5?
Yeah, you said it.
I'm gonna tell you what Philadelphia need to do against Miami. Hey man, y'all need to shorten the game, man. I wouldn't even really. My focus would be running and ball control. I'm not trying to get out there in no shootout and go up and down the field with Miami.
It ain't happening.
Keep the ball or
That
limit.
team, you get them 17 seconds. That's all
you know what? You know what? Hey, Samson, they can be seeing this side. He gonna be
defense.
in front of them.
Running man defense.
Hey, they're gonna be seeing the brown skin side of it.
Hey, but speaking of shootouts, hey, shout out to Carolina for being up 14-0.
Oh boy.
There you go.
There you go.
The reason why I say that, I'm making a segue. So one thing that we discuss a lot during the season is play calling. So I'm gonna ask Sports Guy, how confident are you in the change of play callers in Carolina?
I'm very confident. Thomas Brown needed his opportunity. You know, so Frank Reich hasn't got it done. So when you that horrible, can you get any worse?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you can, because it's just been bad. You have to give that man an opportunity to call the offense and let Frank Reich manage the team from a head coaching standpoint. He make too many mistakes when it comes to managing the game, his decision making, and so forth. And I remember in the game, you know, right before the half, Carolina had 3 timeouts. He played the game to kick a field goal instead of using those 3 timeouts to, you know, take a shot or whatever to score a touchdown. And then the kicker come in and miss the field goal. Like, come on, man, you playing Miami. I'm not kicking no field goals in Miami. And then the other part is it, your team is like, you know what, man, we didn't get it, but my coach, man, he went for it, man. You know, like, man, he trying to win. We ain't won a game, but you're gonna be trying to kick a field goal against the Dolphins,
right?
Like, come on, man.
It don't make sense.
Not at all.
If I'm 0-5, bro, I'm just letting the playbook go, bro. I'm like, hey, what we got to lose, man?
Let me ask y'all this though. And we've seen in the Super Bowl, Pat Mahomes look human. Is it a way for the Eagles to scheme Tua, throw him off, and completely disable that wide receiving core?
Yeah, get pressure. Get pressure. Get him on the ground.
If they can get pressure with that 4 down lineman without blitzing and just can play coverage.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same thing.
What is that Miami offensive line like?
It's suspect. No suspect. Tua's losses.
It can't be.
Against,
I heard it's good and suspect. Which
Tua's losses have come from teams with real good pass rushes. And the thing is that Tua can get got. And we got to put pressure on him. If you don't put pressure on him, he's going to pick you apart. We got to get home.
You put pressure on any quarterback.
Yeah.
But
how do you know? How do you do it? Because you're at, but most of them cornerbacks gonna play off because you got Cheetah. So that's the thing. If you blitz me, I'm gonna hit him quick on a slant. Yeah. We're gonna do that all day.
Yeah. Hey Ross, is Darius Slayton? Is Darius playing?
Big play Slay.
Is he playing this week? Because he didn't play last week, right?
He didn't. We'll see.
Hey, Miami is one of those teams, man. It's going to be very tough, man. You know, it's really going to come down to turnovers or really limiting. But how do you do that? Because Miami got a running game. It's not like they just throw the ball every down. They have a threat in running the ball.
We moved on from him just because he was injury prone. But there was, I know, a couple that he took to the house. They clocked him as the fastest man in the NFL, and that was with Cheetah playing.
Do y'all know where he started his career at?
Philadelphia.
On our practice squad.
And y'all let him go. So
well, you know the rookie is hurt A-Chan.
And that means his production is gonna go, they're going back to him. Now, can he handle that? I don't know, because he's kind of healthy.
And can your linebackers
every down back?
Philadelphia, can your linebackers cover?
Their linebackers be suspect.
Hey man, they get most out in the passing game too. So hey man, it's a lot to kind of game plan and worry about when it comes to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Like I said, y'all might lose your next two.
Hey man,
that's
don't go out. Hey, tell the players don't go out Saturday night. They need to get rest.
Dolphins and Eagles are my game of the week. We have predictions on that game?
Let me go and see what we got coming up.
Where's the game going to be played at?
Forget the Eagles' next two games. They need to worry about that previous game. And ponder on that BS.
You know what? Jay knows barely saying anything about that because he's shocked too.
Oh, because it's not a satisfying win. You know what I'm saying? It's a win that I know Jalen Hurts didn't perform well, even though he connected with Brown on several occasions and he put up stats. But it was a game where Jalen Hurts was the Achilles heel, in my opinion. Yeah. And if he didn't throw 3 interceptions, I don't think the game would have been in our favor.
I know a controversial question though. So we laughed at you. I ain't gonna lie, I laughed at you. I think Sports Guy laughed at you too when you took a shot. Will you say that your secondary actually looked better without Sauce on Sunday?
You already know how I feel about Sauce, man.
I think that was a combination of Jalen Hurts having a terrible game too. I mean,
you know what they are giving credit for, and Sampson knows this. Robert Saleh is a great defensive mind, and to have all those injuries, especially in secondary, and to come up big like they did, hey, he deserves credit too.
When you think about it, we have lost every defensive coordinator the last 2 we've had.
Yep.
And it's for a reason. And Wilkes could be the third. He need to get his stuff together, but he could be the third.
Hey, I hate to say it.
Who else is doing that?
They shouldn't have let Wilkes lead Carolina, man.
But think about it. Who else from their coaching staff has had potentially 3 defensive coordinators go on to be a head coach? Hey, it is what it is, man. We doing something right. Yeah. We might not be winning the ship, but we got people on notice wanting our squad. And all we getting is a measly 3rd round compensatory pick for him. I think we got that.
And shout out to D'Amico Ryans too for what he's doing in Houston.
Yeah.
And CJ Stroud, the quarterback.
On that CJ Stroud, man, dang.
I need to stop saying that around Sports Guy, man. Just stop saying that name.
Hey, look, man. I already know what it is. K. Rouse is one of the type where, when he hurting inside, he want to make other people hurt.
Hey, he's the one that take his ball home so nobody else can play.
But hold up.
So what you saying is hurt people, man?
Right. That's his philosophy.
Are you saying that you moved on from your disappointment?
Hey, I've been told you that.
You believe in Bryce now?
It is what it is.
You believe in Bryce?
Yeah, I do. I do believe in it.
I think the bigger question is, are y'all going to win a game this year? And who do you see y'all beating this year?
We'll win coming out of the bye. We'll beat the Texans.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Texas
man has confidence.
Texas had one of the best pass defenses in the league, and y'all can't throw a pass.
Hey, I don't care about that. Coming out the bye, we will beat the Texans.
Are y'all on the bye this week?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm about to look at y'all's schedule, man.
Is there a Charles Barkley guarantee?
I guarantee.
Oh boy.
Oh man, this is good.
So you saying Thomas Brown is gonna make the difference as the OC?
Yes.
I tell you what, if Carolina
I'm about to get another black man fired with that.
Carolina just needs to repeat the first quarter against Miami going forward. They can repeat that performance and make that a consistent way of playing. 14-0, 14 points against Miami. It means something. You can get some kind of positives from that. And any given Sunday, man, they might get it together.
When you
I got week 10, man. I'm looking at week 10.
Who's
Chicago
week 10?
Bears. I give y'all that.
Where they playing at?
At Chicago.
No.
I don't know about that. that weather gonna be crappy too.
Be kicking a brick.
Yeah.
Look, it's a home game against the Texans. They're gonna win that game.
Keep pounding, baby.
My pick is against Bye. I think y'all got a chance against Bye. I think I got a chance.
Hey, I won't be talking if I got to play the Dolphins next week.
Oh,
like I said, Bye might beat y'all.
If he was hurt this week, now imagine if they lose next week.
Right.
How he gonna be feeling?
And then come up to them boys and lose.
Hey, this
3
man
in a
has
row.
sent a text message about the game since 6 a.m. Like, well, I don't even want to be around next week.
Yeah, like I said, man, and I still say the same thing. It can go either way. The Cowboys, they won their game. They could travel upwards. But I will say now, the way I see it now, K-Rouse, could get interesting.
That bye hit the Cowboys at the perfect time. If they would have lost that game last night going into the bye, man,
it could have been nasty.
But
I want to say one thing though. The Cowboys, shout out Rope for one thing. Y'all discovered a new player last night that y'all did not know y'all had apparently. CeeDee Lamb finally had the game that everybody knows CeeDee Lamb can have.
My problem is this. I love CeeDee Lamb. Gallup is getting too many targets, man, for his production.
And he's dropping.
He dropped a perfectly thrown ball for that touchdown. I mean, you can throw a pass any better than that.
Nope.
From 50 yards. And but the penalties, man, they got to clean up the penalties, man. That was
right.
It was too bad. I seen it against San Francisco. I seen it against Arizona. Too many penalties, man. Boneheaded stuff.
Before we close out, I got two questions.
Let me shout out your boy Justin Herbert, man.
That's the question I was about to ask you. Yeah. I'm gonna let Rope have his glory.
I ain't gonna say nothing else because I'm actually a fan of Justin Herbert. But
the Dak versus Herbert matchup,
the Subway dude.
Who?
Subway dude.
Yeah. Is he on the commercial? Subway commercial.
Oh, Justin Herbert has a Subway commercial?
He does. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he had a Subway commercial.
So shout out to that for this. But one thing I would say, and we're going to close out like this probably because I know it's going to be a hot topic. Earlier today, something was shared with the group. A comment by a certain player who currently plays for the Dallas Cowboys, who has his own podcast, who always has a lot to say. Now, I'm just going to leave it at this. I made the response back of, last I checked, you should worry about the team you're currently on and stop worrying about the Eagles and stop worrying about San Fran. Now, we're the rival, so I get him taking shots at the Eagles.
He didn't take shots at them.
No, he does. And the bottom line is, why you mentioned
San Francisco? What he said was, and he has truth to it. What he says is that, and I say it all the time, the Cowboys aren't covered the same way everybody else is covered. I seen the clip today because, like I said, I see the stuff on Twitter because all of it is maddening. So I don't take my time to watch those shows anymore. But I mean, they talking about last night's game, man. Everything with the Cowboys, is always, and we talked about it before. How impressed were you with the win? Okay, they got thumped against the 49ers. They won on the road against a good team. Your boy Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp, I guess. Oh, not impressed at all. Nothing. But I mean, this comes from somebody. Every time Dallas lose a game, he got to get on the TV with his stupid cowboy hat, laughing and doing this stuff. I'm like, dude, where did we get to the point now that everything is just about like your agenda? Everything you just got to hate on somebody, man.
Well, we got called frauds Monday morning.
People aren't analysts anymore.
But Monday morning, we got called frauds.
Yeah. Who called you?
Nobody was defending us. We got called frauds Monday morning by most of the outlets on TV.
No, but I'm just saying. No, I'm saying most of the time. So Emmanuel Acho, he asked Shady. He said, Shady, all right, every time somebody asks you about Dak Prescott when he threw 3 interceptions, your response is he's ass. Any of us can give that analogy. I mean, give us that analyst. But he said he's ass. He said, what you got to say about Jalen Hurts? He ain't saying that. He just
is the Eagle, though. You asking the Eagle that question.
What is
Michael Irvin going to talk bad about the Cowboys? Is Michael Irvin going to call Dak trash?
What?
Is Michael Irvin going to call Dak Prescott trash? No.
Hey, you lose your credibility like that.
Hurts trash. He's not going to call Jalen Hurts trash.
You lose your credibility like that. You got to call it like you see it.
And I talking about Dante Whitman, right? Mm-hmm. He was on the TV the other night, and after the 49ers won, his analysis was Dak sucks. That's not analysis, man. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm gonna look at it like this, man. If y'all drop the moniker America's Team, I think it's
who gave them the moniker?
But it was I don't hear too much now. But I mean, I think all this is happening because of that whole moniker and just how Dallas has carried on since their last Super Bowl. Dallas fans in particular, and then the NFL keeps covering them. Jerry Jones, to the point where people have become, annoyed with the Dallas Cowboys, and that's why you see such reaction. It comes with the territory. I mean, that's something you shouldn't even be surprised at by this point. You should already know that that's going to come from any and everywhere.
What I'm saying is this. I mean, just like you said, the fans, all fan bases are delusional, if you ask me, at some point.
For sure.
I mean, at the start of the season, every fan base is like, hey, you know what I'm saying? This might be our year. This is all fan bases. Yeah. Like, I want my team to win, but like me and K. Ross talk, hey, I don't say, hey, I'll be like, I hope they can win, but you're not gonna see me out there with no pom-poms on saying they're gonna do this. And that's all fan bases, man. I mean, like I said before, if you don't think they're gonna win, why watch the games, man? Why even spend your time being invested in it any kind of way?
Yeah,
that's my.
I just think the moniker has weighed heavily on that team, and it's just something y'all can't drop. And the hate is always going to be there. So I don't. So if people stop talking about the Cowboys, then what? It's going to be like, a natural disaster, man. That's just what football is known for. But people hating on the Dallas Cowboys, and that's just what it is, man.
Would y'all agree with me on this though? As a certain analyst, and you're supposed to be on TV and stuff, do you agree that you should conduct yourself with some type of professionalism.
For sure.
Instead of making everything about an agenda. That was my only point.
Yeah.
Well,
And I think that was his too. Because like when I listened to the clip, he didn't say nothing bad about San Francisco. He didn't say nothing bad about Philadelphia. He said, you know, okay, they were missing these players. He said this team was missing the players too. You know, but he said, I'm gonna give y'all the perfect example. The very first game of the season, Kansas City and Detroit. Did y'all hear what Mike Tirico said before they went off the air? Travis Kelce didn't play that game. He said, we're going to have to put an asterisk on this game because Travis Kelce didn't play.
I didn't catch that, but damn.
He said it.
Bro, there's been criticism, unfair criticism levied at every team. Y'all being sensitive. I'm sorry. I give you a prime example. I give you prime example.
Hey, and back to you.
I'll give you a prime example. Samson just pointed out something earlier tonight that is a perfect point. Look at the season that Brock Purdy has had since last year. He has one bad game. What did Kyle Hurt call him?
What they got to do with the Dallas Cowboys?
The fact that we all get it. We all get it. But because y'all are America's team, whenever y'all are the most high-profile team in the league, just like the Lakers are in NBA, y'all going to get the most criticism. Your owner is the most high-profile owner in the league. It's going to happen. Get over it.
Hey, and back to you real quick. You, Mr. Worried about your team. When your coach, they not even playing Dallas. They dumbass coach walking out with the Dallas shirt on. Dallas.
Y'all are rival.
I don't want to hear nothing about
it's a rivalry.
I'm just saying. You talking about don't worry about this, don't worry about that.
Falcon fans are always going at the Saints. The Saints always going at the Falcons. They can take it. The Cowboys always crying.
Shit.
They're talking about us. Ooh, this is my quarterback. Ooh.
Look, because you're crying on the inside because your boys got
you want to shut people up.
By the Jets, man. Don't be breaking.
Jets.
Both Falcons big was alive when y'all won the Super Bowl. Win. Then people shut up.
Samson, hit that route transmit.
Shit just got real, Samson.
What you talking about? We won the last Super Bowl. Hey,
most sensitive franchise in the league.
Hey, there's a lot of teams that haven't won the Super Bowl since we had. Is one of them on the line right now?
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
Wait, what? What?
No, he's talking about Sam Frank.
Oh. So I've sat back and I've listened to all this. So I have turned to a person that dislike the Cowboys to a person that can't stand the Cowboys.
You should. You're a 49ers fan.
And let me tell you something. You fans are very delusional. Every year, this is our year. This is our year. Y'all not going to do shit while y'all got Dak Prescott and Jerry Jones running the show. And every year, and I'm going to be a realist. I look at my team and I'm like, dang, hopefully we'll be all right. You don't hear the 49ers saying, oh, this is our year. You definitely don't hear me saying it. But you'll do it every year. And that team is overrated.
Have you heard me say it?
We started up. You and Greg are the main ones talking about Washington and Dallas.
I got a question. How many of y'all heard me say we was gonna win the Super Bowl this year?
It's not the point that you said you're gonna win the Super Bowl, but you overrating them, and they're not there. They're just not there. You just like K. Ryle said, y'all had y'all number one receiver finally show up last night in week 6. Yeah, Dak has only threw what, 4 interceptions, but I'm not saying he's mediocre. He's a decent quarterback. And y'all will make the playoffs, maybe.
Cowboys the only fan base that said they're gonna win.
No, but when you start grouping your analogy in everybody's fan base, I'm gonna be honest with you. There were some years 49ers were straight shit, and I was like, man, I'm gonna call it what it is. They shit.
Hey, I know some 49ers fans who are the most. Hey, I ain't gonna even go there. I know some 49er fans right now that I'm friends with, that I grew up with, them cats will make you hate them.
And maybe so.
And I mean,
I
like,
guarantee you, it's a 3-to-1 ratio.
They beat Dallas 2 weeks ago.
Of Cowboy fans that are just born assholes.
They still talking about that.
Maybe so.
And, you know, everybody talking about the 49ers and the Hey, it's been a long time since we won one, 96.
Yeah.
Y'all won one in 95. We're in the same boat.
Exactly. But when it comes to it, every time we see y'all, we smack that ass. If we see y'all again, we gonna smack that ass.
Hey, the only difference is, we get our ass smacked. I sleep just fine.
I do too.
I'm good.
And see, the thing is, we lose. You don't see me in the chat saying this and that.
It's that one right there, the one right. But
what I'm saying,
how about?
See, I'm a respectful winner. I don't say shit when we lose because I know it's your soul being ate up. I don't even worry about saying nothing on text because I know what it's like to lose. I could have jumped in K-Riles and started doing this and that, but that was for Jay. I know to do that.
It's this one.
But you see how I win it with grace, right? I'm a graceful winner.
Exactly.
Right? I didn't say.
Matter of fact, when we won, I just dropped off. I ain't had nothing to say. I'm like, hey, I'll talk Tuesday. But like I said,
was surprised too. But
as long as y'all got Jerry Jones and y'all got Dak Prescott, you can stop worrying about them winning anything big.
Hey,
that's a big statement.
We'll see how the season ends, and
that's what I'm talking about. You having that fake faith.
And if now one of our teams win, don't matter who gets to the Super Bowl. If now one of the teams win, and guess what? What y'all seen the movie? What is it? Talladega Nights. Ricky Bobby,
shake and bake.
Yeah. Once again, you naming some people you grew up with that will make you hate the 49ers, but y'all got people along the lines right now with podcasts making people hate y'all.
You say y'all, I'm not part of the Cowboys.
Well, I'm just saying.
What
I'm saying is you're saying that I got friends that are arrogant or whatever I want to call them. When we talk about people walking around with 49er shirt and people walking around with Cowboy shirts, people automatically look like, man, between them and the Steelers, got to be the most arrogant assholes there is to watch.
Nah,
I don't know. Y'all walk around with a bang bang Niner gang and stuff, man.
Yeah, I believe all fan bases are like that, and I mean,
not Carolina,
not Carolina.
Keep pounding.
You got to have 10 fans in this group, this conversation, man.
Hey man, all I got to say, Dolphins by 21 next week.
I'm going with 18.
All I'm going to say is 49ers versus everybody. How about that?
Bang bang 90s game.
Hey, stop taking Detroit versus everybody, man. It's Detroit.
All I gotta say, Kleenex is the official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
Man, I know you ain't talking.
We part of our team. We tip our expectations.
All I'm saying, we got y'all number. If y'all have to come through us, you won't get there.
Hey, look, I don't care how they get there, as long as they get there.
And I guarantee you, the starting quarterback will not be Dakota Prescott.
Hey, again,
it will be Dakota Prescott.
Again, we will see what happens, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. Somebody might get hurt. I don't know. You know,
that's gonna be your only option.
I don't know, man. You told me we weren't gonna win last night. I mean, so I
said y'all might not win the next 3.
We might not. I ain't no genie, man.
I'm just saying, as long as y'all got the quarterback y'all got, the difference is you can't say as long as y'all got the quarterback y'all got, y'all might not win a Super Bowl. I'm telling you, long as y'all got Dak, y'all will not win.
We'll see what happens, bro.
Okay.
And in regards to players talking like Michael Parsons, he's not the only player that's been talking. I've heard a lot of players talking.
Well, you know? if you worried about somebody having a shirt that says F you on the front of it, and that gets in your little mind, then you got problems.
No, I'm talking about.
I'm just saying in general, because he's turning into a diva.
I'm talking about, you hear the players, they going back and forth now. Even after the loss to Philadelphia in the NFC Championship game, it still was a lot of talking. Guys you know what the thing is, when we talk about these players, man, these players, they humans just like us, man. They gonna talk, they more than just entertainment for us, man.
Yeah, but you crying and whining after every game. Understand that San Fran got beef with Philly after we after we beat them. It's nothing though. Every time y'all play a game, he's complaining about the team he just played.
Hey man, you cry and whine too.
Yeah,
I don't play for. Just saying.
Yeah,
you got a platform.
Stop saying we.
You got a platform. No, what I'm saying we.
Yeah,
Thank
you, Jay. I know.
Every fan base says
we then.
Right.
every fan base we.
Like I said earlier, he's the main one. Always like, and Samson, my boy. We just talking back and forth.
Right.
It's all good. But K. Rouse, he's the one. He's the instigator of everything.
Yeah.
Anytime
I just ignore him. Like, you see, he's baiting.
Anytime something happens,
all I'm saying,
Dallas player does something.
all I'm saying, Von Miller.
I saw the Bleacher Report.
Von Miller got the same platform that Parsons had. You and hear Von Miller crying at the every game.
I lie to y'all. I promise I'm not lying. I saw it on Bleacher Report. It was talking about Michael Parsons. I was like, this will be hitting the text line soon. And I lie to you not. It went a minute later. I swear, as soon as it popped up, he sent it. And the reason is he wants to get a rise out of me. He wants to get a rise out of Samson because he knows exactly what he's doing.
I hate Dallas.
And it makes for good entertainment. So
I hate Dallas.
And see, that's the thing. I dislike Dallas, but this dude right here is really getting on my nerves. I can't stand the drama, the back and forth stuff. And it's like, bro, you a professional football player. I get it. Stop whining. Take the L, take the win, and keep it moving.
Winning and whining.
I mean, it's some players that get a touchdown, they hand the ref the ball. And there's some players that get a touchdown, they got to call the whole team over and pose in front of the camera.
And it's the new NFL that y'all like. It's the new NFL.
Oh, it ain't like
it's the new defensive.
Every time a defense gets a turnover, the whole defense go to the end zone.
All that shit is annoying to me.
Yeah, I wish they would stop.
You know what's most annoying to me is when a DB breaks up a pass one play, right? And he does all this theatrics. The next play, a touchdown on this side. Like, bruh, that don't make any sense. You're supposed to break up a pass. Why are you doing all this?
No, he asking for what was his help over top? What was his help of the safety over top?
Right.
All I'm saying, outside of Stephon Gilmore last night, Parsons had one of the biggest plays of the night. Rather than us talking about that, we talking about him whining after a win. That's all I'm saying.
You brought that up.
Yeah, exactly. You brought it up. When you think
he said we talking about it, so
he like to bring everybody else involved in shit.
Hey, he could have brought up that play.
That's what I just said.
He could have brought up that play, but you chose to go the other way.
He know what he's doing, man.
Yeah, like 10 on the dots.
Like I said, the lights are on y'all now, K. Riles.
That's fine. Let's bring it.
Hey, we're gonna give our predictions on the way out. I'll go first.
Yep.
Dolphins win. Dolphins win. Dolphins win.
I got the Dolphins as well.
All right, so let's see what we got on week 7 coming up. God dang, man, it's already week 7.
K. Riles. You just put on a time. Go back, buddy.
We got the Jaguars at the Saints.
Hey, are we keeping account of this?
No, we said we were gonna do it last week, but I guess we can start next week, unless y'all want to.
We're gonna write it down, pen and paper.
Exactly.
we can start. We can start it next week. How about we put it on the spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Right.
We'll figure something out to get a tally going. Jaguars at the Saints.
We're going in order. I'm gonna go with the Saints. They playing in New Orleans.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the Saints.
I'm going Jags.
Just another guy.
I got the Saints, man. The Jaguars, man. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of team, man. You know, I think the Saints defense will win that game. So I'm going with the Saints in New Orleans.
I think it should be a competitive game. I think that the Jags are starting to hit their stride.
All right. Lions at the Ravens in Baltimore.
Even though they're playing in Baltimore, and I think Baltimore has starting to put pieces together, I'm gonna still go with the Lions just on the simple fact that they are the strongest team right now.
Ravens coming off a bye, right?
Wait a minute. You said strongest or stronger?
The strongest team right now. It's like their play speaking for themselves right now. Outside of Miami, I mean they. No, all around.
Did Baltimore play?
We talked about the defense. We
Hold
talked
on
about
now.
the defense. We talk about golf.
They the strongest of who?
They're the strongest team right now, as far as putting it on the ground and getting wins. Right now, I'm talking about right now. As far as week 6, right now going into week 7, they're the strongest team. Your team is hurt. Cowboys team's hurt. Eagles is hurt. They're the strongest team going into week 7.
Did the Ravens play on Sunday?
You can understand why I'm not really feeling what you're saying, right?
I get it, but it's a prediction.
It's injuries. Just because we have people hurt, don't mean we couldn't handle Detroit if they came our way. Right now.
I'm just talking about on a Sunday. Just next week, they're the strongest team right now. Like they're the strongest team right now. I think you're looking at it a little bit too deep.
No,
right?
I'm just being a realist that there's a Miami, there's a Philadelphia, there's a San Francisco, there's a couple teams, there's a Kansas City Chiefs.
But they playing the Ravens, so to me they're the strongest team going into the week against that game. I'm not saying in the league. I'm saying in that game.
Okay, that's why I was asking you.
Oh, that's why you said stronger. Strong. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Strongest. I thought you were saying they're the top team.
No. I meant like going into the game.
They're the stronger team of that game. Right, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, so the Ravens, they played in London on Sunday or somewhere?
Yeah, they played 9:30 game.
Yeah.
You think some jet lag gonna be in there?
I'm go Lions, man. Even though it could be a toss-up.
Being at home, you think that's gonna bother them?
I mean,
because the chance they got that game over early, they went on home, and they've been there for the whole week.
Yeah,
it can be a toss-up.
It's a toss-up. Matter of fact, I'm going Ravens at home, man.
Okay, I got the Ravens on that. We'll see. It depends on what Lamar can do. It's gonna be if they get to Lamar, it's a wrap easily.
I'm gonna go with the Lions. You know,
man, I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
So is Kyle Hamilton? Is he out? Did he get suspended or anything? I haven't heard anything. You know, he's just out for the game. You know, if he get some sort of suspension, of course, that can make a difference in the secondary. But I think the Lions defense kind of feed into what Lamar does well.
I have no idea.
With the short passes, trying to get out and run. The Lions got speed on defense.
What is their linebacking core like? Because they could spy. What is their linebacking core like? Are they pretty decent?
I mean, the Lions defense as a whole is good. They're a tough team.
If they can keep a spy on Lamar, they might be in for a long day.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Detroit. Only thing about Detroit, I know Montgomery got hurt. He should be out. So that running game, Gibbs was out. I don't know if he's coming back this week. So that could play a role too. With the Ravens and their defense, being able to have to just game plan for Jarrett for golf in the passing game. But I'm still gonna go with the Lions. I think they're a tougher team. Coach got them playing. I think they'll pull the win out.
All right, got a snooze fest. Raiders and the Bears.
Hey, I got a question before we do our picks. Can we do rapid fire on the picks?
Yeah, y'all giving theses.
Yeah. We got a lot of games, man, and I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I just call the win or loss.
Yeah.
Raiders at Bears.
Raiders.
I'm going Bears.
Both starting quarterbacks are out, right? Was Justin? I thought Justin was hurt.
Yeah.
All right. Well, snooze fest.
Raiders.
No one cares.
Yes, exactly. That's the general census. Browns versus Colts. Browns.
I'm going with the Colts.
Colts.
Okay. And who's their backup again?
Minshew. K. Ross boy, Gardner Minshew.
Minshew. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. Bill versus Patriots.
Bills. All the way around, probably.
Yeah.
Will Matt Jones last the whole game?
Good question. Snooze fest number 2. Commanders at Giants.
Commanders. Easy.
I'm gonna go for the Giants.
You just can't do it, huh?
I want the Commanders to lose every game possible.
Why is that?
I plead the fifth. Falcons and the Bucks.
Where they playing?
Falcons.
Tampa.
I'm going Bucks.
Yeah.
All right, Bucks, man.
Falcons got to figure it out with that quarterback situation.
Yeah.
I'm going Falcons.
That's hindering them. Steelers at the Rams. I'm gonna say Steelers just because I love every Rams, every Seahawks, and every Cardinals loss. Realistically, they playing in California. It's probably gonna be a Rams win.
Rams.
I'm going Rams.
I would love the Steelers to win.
It's gonna be a Steelers home game.
Yeah, I'm going Steelers.
You got a point. Rams really don't have any home games.
Yeah, it was a Dallas home game last night.
Yeah, they really don't have any home games. Win-win for me. Cardinals versus Seahawks.
Seahawks
playing in Seattle. Yeah,
Seahawks.
Unless Dobbs get loose.
Man, Dobbs look like Peyton Manning against us. They ain't went back to Dobbs.
Packers at Broncos in Denver.
Broncos. The return of Russell Wilson.
I like the Packers on that. I think Denver continues their fall off the mountain, and it stays that way until its team explodes.
I'm going Broncos.
Okay. Chargers at Chiefs in Kansas City.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Kansas City.
I don't see the Chargers being able to do anything. Yeah. Possibly the game of the week. I mean, I'm being honest. I think it probably will be. Either way it goes, is this gonna be possibly a low scoring game?
With the Niners and the Vikings?
No, Eagles and the Dolphins.
I would just
no. Mm-mm. I think the Dolphins gonna put up points.
Do you think y'all can somewhat go back and forth with them K-Riles?
21-14.
Hey, we just said rapid fire.
If the game is under 30 points. If the game is under 30, yeah.
Okay. We'll see how that goes. 49ers at Vikings in Minnesota.
School.
Yeah, 49ers, man.
I'm going with Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, and you don't even believe that.
Somebody got to say it.
Hey, that's one of them guesses that you give just to see if you can get your stats back up because you are 6-36.
No, I just wanted to see the look on your face.
Man, I can't even give you one, man. Because
I got the Niners, man.
Yeah.
All seriousness.
I think we'll be okay. I think we need to proceed with caution, though.
Cool. Yeah, sure. I think that's kind of a trap. But anyway,
could be. Hey, man, you never know. Don't take them lightly.
That is a good trap game for a reason. That is.
All right, we got our predictions.
Whoa. Carolina versus bye. I got bye by 5.
Hey, sports guy, you got to get this dude, man.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna let it play out on Sunday, man.
So you saying it's a chance y'all might lose?
Now, what I'm saying is, He better hope the Eagles win. That's all I'm saying. He better hope they win.
Hey,
he don't even hope.
You came in here with shades tonight. If the Eagles lose, man, you better come in here with a wig on Tuesday.
Let's go, Dolphins.
Hey, man. Hey, I look at it this way. If y'all get bashed in on Monday or Sunday night, it don't look good, bro.
Hey, don't come in with that humble talk, man. You know, we lost to the better team.
Hey, y'all, I'm finna give y'all K-Rod's playbook before we get out of here. K-Rod tries to get out in front of it. That's his game plan. He gets out in front of it, you know. Y'all know how it is. Before that game was right even over, oh, Jalen Hurts played awful, man, and we deserve to lose. Nah, man, you're going to take this one.
Right.
That's fine.
Hey, we'll get an article on Friday. Man, the locker room is divided.
Hey, so I don't know if he will. So does Julio have to pass a physical, or has he already done it?
No, he already done it. He's on the practice squad.
Damn.
He's on the practice squad. Well, I guess so.
That's what they do now. They're on the practice squad. Let's
Weird to hear that name on a practice squad.
Yeah.
He's just a shell of himself, though. So I mean, it makes sense.
Bro, I don't know what. I hadn't even seen Julio recently, man. Is he even in shape?
Chelsea.
Twinkle toes.
I'm rooting for him, man. Just not against us.
You know, ever since he grew back that shit on his head, he ain't been the same. He need to cut that shit back off. I don't know what he got growing on his head, man.
Hey, but you never know. This man getting with a contender, he all of a sudden he might get rid of the turf toe and be halfway healthy now. You know, some of these players, they get to sand out their vagina when they go to a decent team. So, all right, fellas, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We'll see y'all next week with another game recap. Later.
Peace.